family. Let's get straight to it. You know, without no further delay. I want to get straight into it. I seen a post today. My brother Ishmael Bey posted on Facebook concerning the FEZ starting or originating in America. And I think, like anybody else that is not aware of the historical evidence to prove that, I think it's rather intriguing. So I say, man, we got to do this. We definitely got to look into this. Now, I know when you're dealing with my brother from the Amira squad, African Moorish Scholarship, I think he's going to bring a little more than what we expect, because I've seen quite a few tangible evidence of the FEZ in America, but I've never dug into it deep to the point where as though I could support a presentation. So when I see my brother come in with something to the degree that can support the presentation, I'm like, man, yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. So right now I'm waiting on Ish. Was in the chat. He was in. He'll be back in a second. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure he got the link. But this is serious. But in the meantime, in between time, I know my brother Cool Joe is going to watch this, because they love to get a little bit of information, and they love to say, well, Taj already said that. Whatever. But since I know you're going to watch it, Cool Joe, you keep making these videos with this gibberish stuff. Bro, if you want to do song for song, as you said, bro, I don't have no problem with that. I like music. I think you all right. I don't think you can see Tahaka Bay, brother. You don't think I can see you. So, bro, get somebody to email me and we can set it up. We can do it on Moorish World TV and do a multicast and do it on your platform. The problem is we can't work together and get anything done because you don't have no discipline to communicate like a civilized human being. Bro, every few words don't gotta be "you're dirty Moor" or "you don't know what you're talking about. What are you lying for?" Man, listen. If you want to set up something, brother, learn to communicate, all right? And we can set something up. You know, we don't need Roy Bey to set nothing up. Why you think we need Roy Bey? I seen your little video. You know, Roy Bey to set something up. If you're interested in doing a presentation song for song, I actually think it would be good for Moorish Americans. I actually think it'd be real good for Moorish Americans to see two Moorish Americans put their artistic value side by side, as opposed to this frivolous argument that you're making. I'm sticking to the script of Prophet Noble Drew. I leave without interpretation. So I ain't gonna call mine frivolous. But forget all that. Forget all that. I think that'll be good for Moorish Americans and anybody else who love hip hop. So I tell you right now, you are friends with Tunica L, or you mention his name, you name drop. I'll reach out to Lasana Tunica L and ask for him to host or moderate song for song. We can do it right here on Moorish World TV. Song for song. I think that'll be something different. I think it'll be good for the people. And I don't know. After that, We can even get into concepts in which you subscribe to and the concepts of which I subscribe to. But there is no need to go forth and keep making videos with these fake little challenges that you really don't seem to want to fulfill. I'm ready yesterday. However, let me correct. I can't do it tomorrow because I have temple meeting tomorrow. And then come Friday, I have another holy day meeting on Friday. Saturday is good. Sunday, I can't do it because there is Quranic class on Sunday. So, if you want to do it, Cujo, I am going to call Lasana Tunica L tonight or tomorrow and see if he is available. I think this is good. Matter of fact, I know it is good. We can go song for song. And like I said, I don't know how to do the multicast, but I can find out if you want to do it on your channel and I do it on my channel. Only thing I ask is just don't chop and screw it. Let the people judge as I mop the floor with you. First and foremost, I rise, giving my praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give my honor to the noble, illustrious prophet, noble Drew Ali. Now we here. We here today with my brother Ishmael Bey. Now listen, I got my pen ready. I'm ready to learn something today. Ishmael Bey says that the FEZ started in America. Now, as I said, I am not a scholar. I'll tell you again, I am not a scholar. However, I do have pretty good common sense that will agree with anything that I say out of my mouth, and I can prove anything that I say out of my mouth. That's just me. And that's what brings me close to brothers like Ishmael Bey. Because if he says something, he's going to give you some evidence, irrefutable. He's going to prove it, and he will battle you on his position versus your position. He's just not going to put it out there and say, you believe it, it is what it is. He's not going to say that. He's going to say, you don't believe it? Well, show me how it's not so. And I'm going to show you how it is so. So recently, Brother Ishmael Bey did a presentation on Morocco being in America. He did a presentation on Morocco being in America. Now, these little pseudo-Moors, they come back and say, oh, Taj Ben said that. No, Taj said this Prophet Noble Drew Ali called this land Al-Morocco. I said, no, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't. But nobody never said that this isn't the same land, because Prophet Noble Drew Ali said the Moroccan Empire extended from northwest, southwestern shores of Africa over the Great Atlantis and to the present North, South, and Central America. So, of course, he's talking about the Moroccan Empire. My correction was that Taj Tariq Bey, he lied when he said Prophet Noble Drew Ali said this land is Al-Morocco. The prophet never said that. So let's get it right. We're not saying that it's not the same land as described as the Moroccan Empire. We're saying stop putting words in the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's mouth to validate your inconsistent doctrine. That's what I'm saying. But now then Ishmael Bey comes along, and now he gives the irrefutable proof that there is places here that was consistent and is consistent with the name Morocco in different languages. People came back the next day, Monday night quarterback. Oh, da, da, da. So we say all the time, challenge. Come on, Moorish World TV, bring your evidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to rock with my brother Ish, because I've just seen him throughout the years. Even before I came to know the brother Ish, I already know how he get down with his research. He ain't even going to give you all of it. He going to give you enough to put you on the journey. But then you're going to come back with your slick talk, and then he's going to come back with the MOAB, the mother of all bombs, and he's going to drop the Moab on you, and then it's going to be a wrap. because he gave you he gave you a little something to put you on your journey, and then you thought that you could come back with some slick talk, and then he's going to drop the M-O-B on you, M-O-A-B on you, the Moab, mother of all bums, and then it's going to be a wrap. There ain't nobody going to want to hear what you got to say. So anybody that want to challenge the information that Brother Ishmael Bey come on the show with, brother, just hit the brother up. Hit me up, and we can talk about it. Period, point blank. It is what it is. Y'all follow me? So with that, I got my brother in the building, my brother Ishmael Bey, one love. I call him the Rakim-Allah of the conscious community. I used to call him the Billy D of the conscious community. But then I thought about it. Hold up, stop, wait a minute. Billy D was smooth, but Billy D probably was smooth because he was probably drinking that Coke 45. So I needed to change it around a little bit. And I said, hold up, Rakim-Allah, Ishmael Bey, hold up. Hold up, Rakim-Allah, Ishmael Bey. I said, there we go. How can I move a crowd? First thing, ain't no mistakes allowed. So this brother ain't gonna make no mistake. Hey, it is what it is. Smooth, because I don't get upset. Check out the videos with Ishmael Bey. Even me and Ishmael Bey went toe-to-toe one time when the brother Ngozi was on the show. And I was all worked up. And Ishmael said, peace, King. King, peace, King. Okay, King, I'll let you talk then. Can I talk, King? Smooth, because I don't get upset. What up, King? Come in the building. Let the people know what's going on today, brother. Talk to me.
Peace and blessings to the great God. How you doing, Tamarka?
I'm doing well. Brother, I listen to myself talk, right? And it be real talk. Because when me and you was going at each other, okay, King. Peace, King. I'm like, man, boy, you better get mad.
Well, you got a lot of God in you, man. I'm humble, man. You got a lot of God in you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
And I hope people in the chat will get excited about it too. Ask some questions because I'm going to be paying attention just like you. I will be taking down notes and I'll be taking any questions that you have and I will present them to my brother Ishmael Bey. But with that, I'll let my brother Ishmael Bey take it away. Go ahead, my brother.
I got to tell you, brother Taharka, what you're doing is you're putting up volumes of really classic research to be highlighted. You brought on some really heavy hitters. You brought on attorneys. You brought on geneticists. You brought on historians. Huge collection of some groundbreaking research that has been unearthed on your show, and it's really because of the spirit that you carry that we feel comfortable enough to come and build with you on this. We don't go by whatever has been told before. The European gave us lots of myths, and we're breaking up all of those myths and we're defying them and we're proving them as incorrect time after time after time again. So my paper that I wrote to coincide with the video of Morocco in the West, Facebook instantly took that down. No worries. I have a copy of that. It'll also be going up on the website, so it's no problem with that. But it just shows that the flow of the information is being blocked when it's being revealed, when the truth is being revealed, because there's a war that's taking place. So another part of that war is this part right here. The FEZ.
Indeed.
We hear over and over again lies from either the European trying to steal the credit or the weak Negroes who are angry. And they say the FEZ originated in Turkey and you Moors just want to be like the Turks. So we're going to deal with this myth too, because we proved them as liars when they said that the Moors were not slaves. We went directly to the plantations and we showed on the wall that the Moors were there. They said that Moors wasn't a nationality. We broke up that lie. We went and showed you the actual court records, even in debate, showing you the court records of Moors, telling you that they were Moors, their nationality was Moor. We brought the birth records of American Moor of the 1700 records. Say that Morocco wasn't in the West. We proved that wrong. We proved that Morocco is directly from the maps, irrefutable and undisputable truth and facts. So now we're going to deal with this FEZ. We're going to break it down. We're going to make it really plain. Opportunity for anyone to refute it. Everything that I put on here is always going to give you all of the facts. And, you know, so it is what it is. You're welcome to come on here. You come respectfully, and I will respectfully air you out. So all I got to say is listen to what we got to say.
Hey,
Look
hey,
at what
hey,
we're going to present to you tonight. Yes, sir.
that's why I love you. Ish, one thing more, brother, listen.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. I don't mean to cut you off. This is the problem. We have all different type of Moors
Yes, sir.
within the diaspora of Africa and universally. All different types.
Right.
I'm not that quiet sophomore. That's just not who I am. And just because people are used to the intellectual quiet sophomore, they expect me to fit in that mold. That's not who I am.
That's right.
You are not the intellectual sophomore that will allow somebody to intellectually try to disrespect you or try to intellectually outshine you with some flawed information without you bringing out the warrior spirit in you.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? And so I want Moors to know, stop trying to judge Moors from what you're used to. You will get yourself in trouble. I'm not the typical temple Moor. That's not who I am. The people that rock with me know I'm not that typical Moor. So be careful what you ask for. And dealing with this information, when you're dealing with a brother like Ishmael Bey, please come correct and be careful what you ask for, because your career of trying to portray yourself as a scholar could end in a second. Go ahead, Ishmael Bey. The floor is yours, brother.
Absolutely. And I like to salute the Moors that are very diligent with their research. The Moors that are really trying to represent and put forth the best effort to make sure that the research that they put out there is responsible. You know, and I've worked along this path with many different Moors that I do respect. I respect the research that brothers like Abef put in, and we've exchanged information to one another over the years. That really do the research, like Dr. Pimenta Bey. You know, we've exchanged information in the past also. And it really just Moors that are just, you know, getting it in and making sure that they're crossing their T's and dotting their I's and doing it in the right spirit. If you're diligent with your spirit and making sure that you're doing the duty and the works of a Moor, being industrious, then we're all going to cross paths one way or the other. But we all have a mission of what we're going to do, and we all have a different approach. So when in doing that, again, we're going to come to the same conclusions, but we're going to go about it in various and different ways. Just make sure you're doing it in the correct spirit.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So, brother, let's get
Yes,
this
sir.
on the road, brother. What inspired you to look into the FEZ being typically to be originated in America? Typically, what inspired you to do that? Because of all places, America. Did you stumble upon something, or what? Give me a little bit background, just a little something, brother. What got you to this point?
As a researcher, you don't go in with a preconceived notion. You go where the information leads you. You know, so you may have a theory of something that you may know, but you always start from what you can prove, and then you work backwards. So if you start at where you can prove and then work your way backwards, then that's going to be the safest way that you're going to ascertain the facts and the truth. So, you know, you look at what the white man says, you look at what the general population says, you take that as a blueprint, and then you start to study from there. And then you start to dissect it, and you start to find openings in it, or you start to redefine new information that you're finding. So that's what I'm able to do on various different topics. I take whatever the general information is, and then I systematically break it down. And once you systematically break it down, analyzing the facts, then that's where it takes you. And wherever it takes you is wherever it takes you. If it takes you to Czechoslovakia, then that's what it is. It's not going to change. Truth is mathematics. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 will never be 3. 1 and 1 will never be 4. So wherever the truth is a truth. It doesn't mean that it's open to interpretation. I hear the constant lie sometimes when people say, your truth is your truth. No, the truth is the truth. There's no interpretation of it because it's mathematics. So it's not going to change. Whether we all believe the earth is flat or not, that's impertinent. The fact is that it is round. So even if the whole world thought that it was flat, the truth is that it is round. It's not going to change. So again, that's what you do as a researcher. You take the information and then you just start to break it down, brother.
Okay, my brother. Let's get started, brother. So let's get
so let's deal with a couple of the theories. Let's deal with the theories first. Okay. In fact, how about this? How about this, brother? We had the clip of young brother Cam Newton wearing the fez, and I sent you a clip that was on the Facebook. Can we just kind of get a nice of the Cam Newton clip? Maybe you can play that.
Indeed.
That was a good way to kind of open up this topic. He wore a variation of the fez, and then we will see what the brother had to say. It's on your Facebook page. We'll see what he had to say about the fez that he wore, and then from there, maybe we can use that as a foundation of this particular topic that I think is very, very important, brother.
Indeed. Let's go.
That's sauce. You like the answer? I don't use drip sauce swag. I mean, I really ain't want to, wear something that everybody done seen a lot. I actually, you know what? Take that back. I'm gonna give credit where credit due. I was reading a GQ magazine, and one of my favorite artists is because he is, put Atlanta on the map, Andre 3000. And the GQ magazine, he was just talking about, his, where he is in life right now. And I was looking at the pictures, and I sent it to, my plug, at Bertha, shout out to Bertha. But he had like a brimless hat. I was like, I want that. I ain't never seen nobody. I look in NBA, NFL, ain't nobody seen a brimless hat. So I wanted to put the first one, behind the scenes with the brimless hat. So you've seen it here first. Cam Newton brimless hat.
And the amazing thing about that is they made such a big deal about this so-called brimless hat.
Yes, sir.
Why would they make that a part? First of all, why would they make that a part of a press release in conjunction with a sports press release? That should jump off to anybody as being odd.
Sure. And it's because there is a vast amount of the population. Again, this is a war of propaganda we're dealing with. There's a vast amount of the population that knows exactly what he is wearing. They are Shriners. They are Masons. They are Shriners. They are Masons. They know exactly what he's wearing. So it's a relief to the Caucasian European white people when they hear this is a brimless hat. The secret is safe. Now, run with the propaganda that it's a brimless hat. Brimless hat, brimless hat, brimless hat. Sure, to let the general population know that Cam is wearing a brimless hat and not a fez. Had he come out to say that he was wearing a fez, then that would have been a whole different vibration as far as consciousness and tapping into a whole different line of information to Shriners, to Masons, as well as to Moors. To simply sum it up as a brimless hat. However, he also, which probably broke the script, he gave credit to what inspired him to wear his quote unquote brimless hat, and it was Andre 3000 wearing a fez. So the inspiration for Cam wearing what he wore was a fez. So it still comes back to the Moors one way or the other.
Fact.
Indirectly, but it leads you right back. Truth is going to raise his head, whether the devil wants to acknowledge it or not. The truth will find God, and God will find the truth. So it gets back to it being a fez. But this shows the star power of doing something so simple. All he did was simply wear a fez from the car to the building, and then from the building back to his car. Just happened to stop and talk to some microphones on his way back to the car. It isn't like he wears it all the time, but by him wearing that fez and him being, and we're so caught up in the celebrity of sport and play. So it's very influential when people in the media wear righteous apparel. And he actually is wearing a noble apparel and doesn't even know it, but we're going to tie all that in tonight. That's why I thought it was good to start it off with that, brother.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious, brother. It's serious for to watch how Europeans try to control the narrative as our people begin to wake up. Because many
Correct.
people, when they see this fez, people inquire about it. And I'm talking about Asiatic, so-called black people. But when you
Yes.
are in the public, Europeans know exactly what it is. They know
Yes.
without a doubt or contradiction that we are the true possessors of the knowledge that comes with this fez. And so when they see
Yes.
a Moorish American or Moor wearing a fez, it kind of makes them tremble a little bit. And so as we begin to wake up, somebody posted the Hollywood movie with Denzel Washington. They showing the picture of the prophet all of a sudden. Now, I mean, now, come on, this would have been, man, come on, 5 years ago, you would have never heard this. You know, now
Yes.
you got a famous sports personality wearing something semblance of the fez that the Moors wear. And not only on the fez do he got love, and the Prophet Noble Ali said love is the savior of the world, he also got a feather beside it. I would like to know what kind of feather that is. See, all of these things are symbolisms from him, but also it's propaganda twofold. Man, they play a lot of games. You know, it's twofold. Sometimes this European will tell you the truth through us, but also try to misguide you or mislead you with the truth. It's kind of like when you read the Bible. For 1 minute, you know, it's about elevating your intellect spiritually, but then the next minute, it's about you obeying your slave master. 1 minute, you serve God, then the next minute, you serve man. You know, it's like that truth and falsehood strangely mixed, as the Prophet Noble Ali teaches. So in this
Yes,
time,
sir.
in this time now, my brother Ish, how can we get to the root of it? Because this is the purpose of Moorish World TV, to give Moors, not Moorish Americans, those that are members of temple and card-carrying members, to get Moors, because Moors are worldwide. We're everywhere.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Always been. And so we got to get to some point where Moors can discuss any topic that is going to further our progress, our knowledge, and our intelligence as to who we are, and stop fighting frivolous arguments that won't take us nowhere. And this topic right here about the fez is serious, because many people truly believe that a European created something that is as significant as this national headdress for the Moorish Americans. They believe that a European created it. How insane is that?
That's
European
right. So
we was wearing this.
let's break it down then. Let's break it on down, shall we?
Break it on down, brother.
One of the lies or information that gets out there is that the Greeks created the fez. That's what they say. They say, you know, that it was a Greek creation or it was a Turk creation. So let's deal first with the Greek creation. I have on the back side of the post, I have the Greek. You have that? The Solias? You see it on the back side?
Yes, sir. I'm about to throw it up right now, my brother.
Okay.
This what I like about how my brother Ish ain't gonna play with you, man. He ain't gonna play with you. Let's go, family. Family, please share this. Thumbs up. I want y'all to share this far and wide, because this needs to reach everybody who has a question about the historical value and significance of the fez.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, brother.
Absolutely. So we have the Greek Solias, since that's one of the theories. And just some information on it. As you're pulling it up, you can see that this is a variation. They have the red top. They have the black tassel. They have, you know, the long black tassel on there. It's used by the Greek army. They have various versions of it. Some are like a beret. Some are like a small fez. Some are like a very tall fez.
Like the Santa Claus hat one.
Exactly. So they have various styles of it. But when you go into the research of it, you know, the fez, originally a Greek headgear that the Ottomans adopted in the early 19th century as a part of their efforts to modernize with their European counterparts. So we're talking about the 19th century that the Greek army, the Salaïs, started to be used. So we have to be able to take into account the dates that are involved in here. We're talking about the 19th century. So the 1800s is when they were rocking it. And there's a controversy of who made it first. Was it the Greeks or was it the Turks? So for there to even be a dispute, there has to be closeness between the dates. But let's not,
brother. Please put
yes,
a lot of emphasis on the dates. Good goodness gracious, brother. Come on, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you know, by us looking at the dates of it, you know, we have to be able to say, okay, well, let's look and see what dates they attribute to the Turks. On the backside, I now have the Turks for you to pull up, and then your viewers can see the dates and who is attributed to popularizing and when it was being used by the Turks. Because again, this is very, very important in order to ascertain that truth. The person who gets the credit for popularizing the Fez for them Turks is Sultan Muhammad II. So we have to understand that Muhammad II was Ottoman Turkish. And we're talking about his dates of the 20th of July, 1785 is when he was born. And he died July 1839. He was the 30th Sultan of the Ottoman Empire from 1808 until his death in 1839.
So hold up, Ish. So you telling me if you can find the Fez before then this ideal or idea that they created the Fez goes down the trash can of history.
That's why you always have to deal with chronology, brother. You have to be able to deal with chronology and understand the dates, and then find out, you know, again, starting from what you know, and then going backwards.
You don't like cut people. I got bad habits. So this was the 19th century.
Correct.
And then they can't go further back with this little tam with a tassel on it. They can't go back farther than the 19th century, is what you're telling me.
I'm saying that the people that they always give credit to and say the Moors got the Fez from, they say that they got the Fez from the Turks and they got the Fez from the Greeks. That's what they say. And I'm giving you the dates of when the Greeks, I'm giving you the dates of when the Greeks got it, and I'm giving you the dates of when the Turks got it.
The Greeks is the 19th century, right?
Correct.
That's what we say. Okay. Now back to Muhammad, Sultan Muhammad II. We're talking about
and we have correct.
Good night.
Correct. So how about this? How about we be polite? We be polite. And we give them
rock him along.
How about 500 years? I'll give you 500 years on the date of Sultan Muhammad. So just say his daddy and granddaddy, whoever. I'm gonna give you 5 centuries. I'm still gonna prove that the Fez was being worn in America more than 1,000 years before that. This is light work. So I just want to deal with the theories of who they say that we got it from as Moors. I think this is very, very important. So we also, let's not leave out the Shriners. You know what I mean? We can't leave the Shriners out. So I'm gonna post up on the back when the Shriners, got it also. Okay. So now you can post up when the Shriners got it also. I see that. Oh man, you jumped on that quick, bro. It's googling, moogling.
I'm ready to get me some sounds effect at the hip hop battle joint. Bang.
Right? That was 2 seconds you was on it. So anyways, the Shriners' origin of the Fez. The Fez is one, this is a quote. The Fez is one of the, and this is from the Shriners website. So if anybody got a dispute, go take it up with the Shriners. Okay? Okay. Now, the Fez is one of the most recognizable symbols of the Shriners International and was adopted as the Shriners' official headgear in 1872. Mind you, that's after the Greeks and that's after the Turks. Named after the city of Fez, Morocco, The hat represented the Arabian theme the fraternity was founded on. It also serves as an outward symbol of one's membership in the fraternity. So the Shriners didn't get it until the 1800s too, 1872, from their own website. Okay, so we have the three different theories of who the Negroes say that the Moors got it from. Okay.
Hold up, brother. Let me go one more time. I don't want no mistake of this. So the Greeks is the 19th century.
Right.
The Turks is the 1800s. I'm saying it just like it is written.
That's right.
And now the European Shriner is also the 1800s.
Right.
Now, in order for this show to come to an end and the argument to come to an end, you have to show that there was a fez worn by our people from anywhere. America, the shores of Africa, anywhere before these days. Brother, you know this is light work now that you put it in perspective like that.
Absolutely. It's all about looking at the chronology and breaking it down systematically. We got to deconstruct. And once you deconstruct, you find out, man, this isn't as complex or hard as what I thought. You know what I mean? So and again, I want to make sure that we're clear on the Turk thing, because that lie is one that gets repeated the most, that it's a Turks thing. You know what I mean? So we're going to go just right quick. We're going to break down the Turk history again from another site directly, the Turkish hat. So I have that on the backside. If we can pull that up, we're going to break down that Turk, and then we're going to go into the American part of it. Okay?
Let's go.
So as we go, we're looking at the political symbol of Turkish history, right? Right? So this is specific on this, right? So what we're going to do is we will go down to, it should be like that third paragraph, and it starts with Muhammad Sultan in 1828. Do you see that part?
That's right.
Okay, in 1828, Ottoman Sultan Muhammad fancied the slight claret red headwear fez worn by North African naval officers and ordered all.
Worn by who?
North African naval officers.
Good goodness gracious. And they say Moors were seafarers.
Right.
Naval,
but see,
come on, brother.
And see, they were ignoring Moors that were telling them all the time that if anything, the Turks got it from Africa. Because they kept on saying that it wasn't an African hat, that it was a Turk hat. But even Moors that were, I heard good brothers who were going into the research, like Dr. Ishmael Bey. Dr. Ishmael was saying, if anything, it's still an African hat and it's not a Turkish hat regardless. So even from the articles, it's saying that he copied the North African naval officers and ordered all Ottoman soldiers and civil officers to don the fez. In those years, there was a close relationship between headgear and religion. As a fez allowed men to wrap a turban around it, it did not violate religious constraints and was accepted by Ottoman society. The fez enjoyed its rule in Turkey for a century, following the proclamation of the Republic of Turkey. So I just wanted to make sure that we were clear on the dates that were involved in that. If you like, absolutely. The link will be available for the people.
I'm about to put the link right now in the. Let me stop sharing so I can give them this link real quick. I'm about to put the link right down in the chat. I got the. If y'all are in the chat and y'all want the link, get the link. Oh my goodness, Ish. Oh my Ish.
Yes, sir.
Goodness gracious. Oh my Ish. Oh, this is Ish. I have done a presentation on affairs on one of my shows, and I traced it to North Africa, but you just added to my research.
Yes,
you
sir.
added more to my research, and like I said, I always try to put people on the path. So I don't really have time on Moorish World TV to go into the intricacies of the history of the FEZ as it relates to us being on the shores of North Africa, if you will, on North Africa, North Africa. But I do try to point people in the direction. But what you just did, brother, you just gave me the mother load. Good goodness and gracious. You're going to be accessory, brother. You're going to be accessory for some of this stuff. Okay, go ahead, brother. It's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the other theory, we've dealt with the Greeks. We've dealt with the Turks. So now we deal with the Morocco. Let's find out when the Moroccans started the use of the FEZ and how it got attributed to Morocco. I think that's very important, don't you, brother?
Good. Come on, man. Rock him with law in the conscious community. Come on, man. Come on.
You're funny.
Come on, man.
You're funny.
Come on,
so what we're going to do is we're going to break down the Morocco use of the FEZ, who were using the FEZ, and why they were using the FEZ. So we have the link in the back of the Morocco. And it's from the New York Times, again, a very credible newspaper, world renowned. We'll look in the world section, and it says FEZ Morocco, the last refuge of the tall tasseled Ottoman hat. You see that? See that? The Ottoman hat, right? In the Middle East, it still matters what you wear on your head. The Sudanese have floppy turbans, the Palestinians red and black checkered keffiyehs, and the Saudis with white gutra.
Okay. In the Middle East, it's still okay. There we go. Let's go. All right, gotcha. Come on, start again. I want to highlight it as you go. Come on, brother.
Absolutely.
Brother, let me tell you something, brother. I'm blown away with this impeccable research, brother. Whether it comes from out of the newspaper or whether it comes from historical artifacts, whatever the case may be, it always seems to really blows me away how you are able to dig up every little thing to substantiate what you deem to be the facts. And then once you substantiate it, it ain't even what you deem to be the facts. It's just the facts. Because come on, brother. Good goodness and gracious.
That's what you always got to have an arsenal to put the sword to somebody's neck. Like if you never know if a Moor just may call you and say, brother, I got a debate coming up on stage. I mean, I've been a hired gun for years. So if a brother or a sister is having, a problem with something and there's some money involved, shoot me some bread. I'll put together a mean presentation for you. It'll be flawless. You know what I mean? Like my greatest work was Natural Tahuti taking out Ali Muhammad. That was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just coming up with the research.
On the sidebar, brother, have anybody heard from the brother Natural Tahuti?
His daughter, I stay in contact with his daughter via social network, and he's he loves to get letters and interacting. We want our brother to keep his head up, Natural Tahuti, and but yeah, he's still in contact, and if you're ever interested, I can make sure I get his information from his daughter for you, so that we can write our brother.
Yeah, I would like to do a show. I'll tell you about that off camera for somebody bite the idea, and then because I think we need to support our brother, and I'll leave it like that. But come on, brother.
I most certainly will, and I always salute Natural Tahuti because he's legendary for lending a voice to women that needed to have it. When women were being so openly disrespected, Natural Tahuti picked up the mantle to hold his sisters down, and for that he is a legend. And he should never be left. On his own for coming to the defense of the sisters. If anyone should always hold him down, it should always be a sister to just simply write him a letter. I'm not trying to tell him to send him no coochie pics, but at least send him a little bit of love somewhere. Show him his head up. You know what I mean? So Natural Tahuti, I salute you, brother, and I never forget you. So
and
again,
we definitely touch on that in the future too.
Yes, sir.
But yes, brother. So I'm going to highlight it.
Okay. So we're dealing with FEZ Morocco, and it says in the Middle East, it still matters what you wear on your head. The Sudanese have floppy turbans, the Palestinians red and black checkered kefes, and the Saudis the white gutra, but the maroon brimless hat, brimless fez, like Cam said, once the epitome of old world courtesy and taste, has become, for most Muslims, politically incorrect. So it's politically incorrect for Moors to wear a fez in Morocco. Did y'all know that? Did y'all tell y'all? Are they telling y'all that? That it's politically incorrect to be wearing a fez in Morocco. Well, let's find out why is that.
Indeed.
It's the hat of the oppressors, said the 26-year-old Abdel Jaoud. And no one wears it anymore. I'm going to repeat that. The fez is a hat of the oppressors, says Abdul Jaoud. This is why no one wears it anymore. Only the Moroccan royal court has resisted the Muslims' world onslaught against the fez. Think about how deep that is. Only the Moroccan royal court has resisted the Muslim world's onslaught against the fez. King Hassan II is the only Arab leader to wear it, and cabinet ministers. The royal guard and palace staff all favor the fez, although the staff members wear a floppy, conical-shaped fez that denotes their status. So the royal family wears the fez, but the general population, like the little 26-year-old sellout, says, well, that's only worn by the oppressors. So that's very fascinating to me. So we'll go down 3 paragraphs, brother, and it'll say the origins of the fez. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The origins of the fez, which Moroccans call the tarbouch, is disputed. The design may have come from ancient Greece or Balkans. It gained wide acceptance in the early 19th century when the Ottoman rulers, who actually never controlled Morocco, moved to modernize traditional costumes. The brimless hat did not get in the way of a Muslim's daily prayer and was cleaner and less cumbersome, and the folds of cloth wound into a turban. The name fez is believed to come from this city, which once produced the dye made from crimson berries to color the hat. But the fez fell on hard times after World War I. Again, this is not old. With the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire, Ataturk outlawed the fez in 1925. 1925. The fez was outlawed. Moor Science Temple was already up and running. But that's besides the point. As part of his drive to turn Turkey into a modern westernized state. So we go down maybe 2 more paragraphs. It says the decline of the fez. Do you see that part?
Yes, indeed.
The decline in the fez's popularity had its effect in Morocco. A young man, unless he is a member of the court or has dressed for a wedding or funeral wearing a fez. But enough Moroccans still need the hat to keep alive the small fez workshops with their wheezing steam ventilators and bronze presses. So this gives you the history of when the fez was being worn in Morocco. I think that's very, very significant because, again, it's not old. We're talking about the 1925s, how it got in there, who they got it from, who influenced, the Turk influence. We're talking about all of this history, not old. So again, this article as well as the Turk article will be posted in the chat room for the people to study, as well as all of the posts are being posted in Amir Raw Squad African Moor Scholarship for the people to study. And they can all check the chronology for themselves because we're giving you the variations of the storyline of the fez. Now, what we're going to do is, since we've dealt with the basic stuff, there's another lie that our people were not in the Americas when the Europeans got to America. That's another lie. So since we're breaking up the whole FEZ lie, let's make sure that we're clear on, you know, us being in America. I think that's a very important thing that we should be reading into the narrative. So let's deal with that. We're going to deal with a book to deal with these facts, and let's see what it has to say, and break it on down to find out where, you know, were there any Moors here? Were there any Moors in this area? You let me know when you got that pulled up, brother, and we can break that part down. It's on the back side.
Break it down. You got
it? So absolutely. So the book is the Smithsonian Contributions to Knowledge. I think that the Smithsonian is a world-renowned institution. Would you agree that the Smithsonian is well known, brother?
Facts, without a doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we probably had to hit that the increase thing on there to kind of get it to read, for your people to read it, unless you have a good close up on there, which is fine.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Let's see what part we want to go to. Okay, so there's a part that says there is within the American continent. You have that part? There is within the American continent.
I'm on it right now, right here.
Okay, absolutely. It says there is within the American continent no deficiency of evidence tending to confirm the presumption that the rest on maritime facts and principles. The native of Hispaniola is what we would call Haiti today. So the natives of Hispaniola are said to have intimated to Columbus that a black people live south and southeast of them. According to Peter Martyr Balboa in 1511, found blackamoors on the Isthmus of Darien. That was in 1511 when the European got there. Blackamoors were already reported there. That's an open and shut case from the Smithsonian. So I don't want to hear nothing about there wasn't no black people over here and you can't be indigenous or you wasn't here before the white man got here. It's simple, ignorant Negroes who just hate us. They hate themselves so much. They don't have any self-worth. So even if you give them the facts that the Smithsonian is saying that there were blackamoors in this area when the European got here, the nigga in them just cannot admit the facts. But again, it's not open to interpretation. It doesn't say Africans. It doesn't say Aborigines. It says blackamoors. You can hate it all you want to. The Moors were here, and it's not going to change. So anyways.
Slow down, son. You're killing them. Who's filling them with octane now?
So it says Torquemada says the California signified in Vaciano in 1602 there was a village of Negroes not far from their neighborhood. So again, it's just breaking down that part of the history that blackamoors were already in this region when the European got here. Now let's deal with the fast part, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to we got to deal with civilizations. There was, and bless him, the elder would I would say Dr. Ivan Van Sertima was dealing with the information that he had, and he was dealing with the oldest civilization in the Americas, and he would make the claim that the oldest civilization in the Americas were the Olmecs. And I know personally information of older civilizations older than the Olmecs. Dr. Rashidi, he blocked me.
He blocked you. You there, brother? Well, they won't be messing with Ishmael. You there, brother? Goodness and gracious. Ish on fire. And every time we get to rolling, now we got a technical difficulty. How about that? Anyway, what I'm doing, family, is I am putting all the links in the chat right now. So let me see. If the links are not going through, let me know. I think it's going to figure out he got some technical difficulties and he's going to get that straight. But while he's doing that, I'm putting all the links in the chat so everybody can get a chance to grab them, maybe copy and paste them and save them so you can use them for your research. I'm also going to put the links at the bottom of the page. I want everybody to be able to use this research. After the show, I'm going to put the links at the bottom of the page. That's what I'm going to do. That's just what I do. Anyway, family, let's wait till Brother Ish come back in. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So hopefully everybody got these links. If not, like Brother Ish said, okay, they're not going through. Brother Ishmael Bey demonstrating smoothly, laughing my face. Okay, they're not going through, but when I hit them, they go through. I don't understand that. Let me try one. Every time I hit them, they go straight through. I get a, oh, okay, hold up now. Okay, I see that one not going through. Give me 1 second. Let me get one. Give me 1 second. Let me try. Let me see how many links not going through. I want to make sure y'all get these links. If not, what I'll do is I'll make sure that we post the link at the bottom of this video so everybody can get the link. So it's dropped out. I think he's gonna try to log back in and get back in. Let me make sure. Let me see if he sent me a message real quick so he can get back in, because he haven't even gotten to. He's about to get to the meat, and the meat of it is really good. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, when he sent me some information on it earlier, the meat of it kind of blew me away. I was like, whoa, whoa. So commercial break. Here we go. If anybody question the authenticity of what I say, I welcome you to come to the show. One of my main fights right now is to bring back the authenticity and the original science of the Moors as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Number one, I don't believe Taj Tariq Bey teaches that. Why do I keep on talking about Taj Tariq Bey? Because he have had over a 20-year run teaching people a misinformation as it relates to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm not saying that all of his work goes down the drain as being nothing. That's not what I'm saying. I think his law classes are very good as it relates to referencing case search or case referencing. I don't think those things that he used even nearly relates to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I can prove it. And I wish anybody would have a little bit of intellectual backbone and challenge me on it. Pick any case you want, pick any perception you have, and we can talk about it. We don't have to get ignorant about each other. I mean, with each other. Brothers like Cool Joe, who said, I let the attorney on here and she was cussing and I got mad because he was cussing and he can't come on. Brother, you are welcome to come on. The sister, she was using a language that is inappropriate for the show. I definitely agree. But once she started doing it, what do I do? You know, because it wasn't coming from a malicious place. So I say, hold up, we don't do that. And people in the chat say the sister cussing, and we address that. But we ain't going to compare that to that. When you begin to be malicious in your approach, then there's a major, major problem. You know what I mean? You are malicious in your approach. So we can't get nothing done. So if we're going to teach, okay, let me get some questions real quick. So Moroccan Light say, why do you have an RBG flag on the wall, Mo? Brother, the RBG flag is originated with Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey is the forerunner of the Moorish American movement here in America. So before there was an RBG, quote unquote, RBG ideal, if you were, there was the United Negro Improvement Association. This RBG stuff is rather new because they don't even subscribe to the principles as laid down by Marcus Garvey. When the last time the RBG organized? When was the last time that the let me not get into that. You know what I mean? Let's not get into that, brother. This is Marcus Garvey's banner for the Universal Negro Improvement Association. So honoring my ancestor, Marcus Garvey, has nothing to do with this ideal as we come to see today called RBG. This is about Marcus Garvey, the guy that planted businesses from shore to shore, the guy that had more people motivated to move towards their liberation than anybody since him. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. This is about Marcus Garvey. This is not about these guys that's acting like thugs. It's not about that. It's not about that. Marcus Garvey wasn't about that. So we back with my brother Ish in the building. Brother Ish, you know, as my brother Akhenaten said, Allah is the best of planners. You follow me? So we're going to get it rocking. Keep it going, brother, because I was trying to tell the people that, man, it was just about to get hot and heavy. It was just about to get hot and heavy.
It's time to go in now because I'm putting away the Haru. I'm putting away my Falcons right now, my beloved Falcons.
Right.
And I'm putting on my TMT since I'm the undisputed 50-0.
The money team.
You know what I'm saying? I got to put on my money team right now, you know, to continue doing what we do, bro. Even through blackouts. Blackouts can't stop this. Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something, Ish. What you did so far, some people dropped off, and I hope they will come back later on and take a look at this. But what you did so far, Ish, this is historical. Not only is it historical, it gives people a chance to really grab hold of something that is tangible as opposed to fantasy. One thing that gets me, gets beneath my skin about some Moorish Americans, if you will, they will hold on to fantasy because that's what the elders told them. You know, like the Prophet Noble Ali went in the White House and grabbed the flag out of a vote. Like, come on, man. Like the Prophet Noble Ali name is Sharif Abdul Ali. Nobody have nothing to confirm this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it may have happened. But as of now, we don't have no confirmation that these things literally happen. So what you do, you bring something that is tangible and people can confirm. They can look at this video. They can pick it apart. It's on the record. So, brother, what you're doing is amazing. And I want some more. Let's get it. Let's get it. Where we at?
Yes, sir. Let's go on in. I agree. So Dr. Ivan Van Sertima was saying that the Olmecs were the oldest civilization. We're talking about a date of the Olmec civilization is 1200 to 400, 1200 AD to 400 BC. So basically, that 400 BC is the Olmec civilization. The earlier civilization that I'm studying is the Caral-Supe civilization. Caral-Supe is over 5,000 years old. So that's over 1,000 years older than the Olmecs.
So
the
say
Olmecs
that,
is
say it one more time, brother. The
sure,
who is older than who?
sure. The Caral, C-A-R-A-L, Caral, C-A-R-A-L is the oldest civilization in the Americas. And it's 5,000 years old, and that makes it over 1,000 years older than the Olmecs. So Caral-Supe, C-U-P-E, C-A-R-A-L-S-U-P-E, Caral-Supe. It's a very interesting civilization to study. I hope to go there. One of the head doctors there, her name is Ruth Shady, Dr. Ruth Shady from Peru. And it has pyramids called Pyramid de Mayor, and the de Mayor is over 4 football fields long. So they have pyramids, they have walls there, they're recreating the civilization there. And it's, again, the oldest civilization in the Americas. But this civilization wasn't even discovered until around, I would probably say around 1994. So it's a new discovery to when Dr. Ivan Van Sertima was saying that the Olmecs were the older, he was dealing with older information. So the newer civilization came to find out that it was older than the Olmecs. So that's what we have to do, is update that information. Caral-Supe.
Caral-Supe. I'm on it, brother. I'm on it, brother.
Go ahead, King.
Brother,
Do it.
This is serious, brother, because your information, man, is just unbelievable, brother. I'm telling you. Good goodness gracious.
In studying that Caral-Supe civilization, you know, we study as Moors, we go and we break down the artifacts there. So what we're going to do is we're going to share some of the artifacts. They have carvings on the walls. They have artifacts that they found. And we're going to look at some of those artifacts of what they have.
Well, this one I just
so I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead. Explain to the guests kind of what you see on that while I'm giving you some of these photos, bro.
Brother, what I'm doing, I just Googled. I haven't read anything. This is new to me as it is to our viewers. So I'm not going to act as if I am versed in this, but I find it amazing that you have brought this to our attention today.
Yes, sir.
I want to do further research on this. This is new to me like anybody else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm familiar with it. So you know what? I ain't gonna be up here acting like I didn't show enough did some deep research on some Caral-Supe. I'd be up here telling a whole bald-faced lie. I don't know nothing but no Caral-Supe. But I will
Yes,
on it, you bet that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I sent you one of the pictures on your Facebook page, brother, and it has, you know, on the walls of Caral-Supe, they have what the warriors were wearing. And let's see what that is, brother.
Okay, 1 second. Let me. I gotta reboot my Facebook up too, because I didn't go back to it. So did you just send it, or you sent it earlier?
No, I just sent it. It'll be a new send on there for you. Yeah.
So hold on while I pull this up, pull up a Facebook, because you know they hitting us up. They hitting us up, Ish. They hitting up.
Yeah, they throwing a surge out there to stop it all, brother.
They shut you down. Goodness and gracious. So here we go. I'm about to pick up right now.
Yes, sir.
Second, family. So family, I would like y'all to thumbs up this video. Also, I would like for y'all to share this video as far and wide as you can, because it's very important that we get this information out to the people, because our people has been missing information like this for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean a long time, due to the fact that we have been chasing the wrong things, if you will. You know, we chasing fighting the judge. We chasing fighting the policeman. We chasing these crazy things that doesn't even make sense. So my computer jamming up on Facebook. I knew that was going to happen. I can't even get the picture to expand. Hold up 1 second. Come on, picture. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this. I got something for you. I got something for you, Caral-Supe. I got him. I got Supe. Supe gonna teach us tonight. Oh yeah, Supe gonna teach us tonight, brother. You watch it.
Yes, sir.
Watch what I tell you. In 1 second.
What I'm showing you, what I'm sending to you, brother, brother Taharka, is I'm sending you 4 variations of the FEZ that they have in Caral-Supe, again, the oldest civilization in the Americas. Now, we've given the dates to the FEZ and every other place that they've all been making that claim. There we have a FEZ on the warriors that are over 5,000 years old. And I've even shared this picture, this specific picture, with like some of the other scholars like Lord Abba years ago. But it's really all about the time and being able to back up what's being said. Because if you just see that, you may say, well, yeah, that does look like a FEZ. But, you know, do you have any more information? Well, it takes years of research in order to keep digging and digging and digging and getting more and more information.
So where's this? So let me ask you real quick. Where is this this carving located?
This is in Caral, which is in Peru, which is South America. This is in South America.
So that you know, we always like to look at noses, man. I don't look like a European nose, round, fat as that nose is.
Correct. Well, I mean, the Caral-Supe, you know, I'm not making any kind of claim that it's an African civilization.
Right. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
About the feds, but even without this ancient carving, we got the lips right there. We know Europeans ain't got no lips.
Correct. And we're going to look at some of the recreations because, like I said, the artifacts aren't just the wall carvings. It's great when you have it on the wall. When something's written in stone on the walls, that's indisputable and irrefutable. So we have the FEZ on the wall that's over, you know, that's 5,000 years old. That alone checkmated all the stuff that they've been talking about. But we're going to go deeper into it because your viewers deserve it. So that's why we're going more into the facts. And again, keep in mind that this information is free. This is normally stuff that if you see Ishmael live, you know, if I'm on tour with Moorish World TV on the tour bus, you would normally get this information. But I'm giving it to you for free just to let you know the depth of the people that are traveling with Brother Taharka when he comes into your city. When he comes into your city, he's bringing his information. He's bringing the Sharifs. He's bringing the Tunica Ills. He's bringing the top scholars from those areas into your city. So when you hear that Moorish World TV is coming into your town, know and understand that we're bringing the groundbreaking information to you.
Hey, and speaking on that, Ish, coming early February in Baltimore. If people are in Baltimore, if they want to hear some real good Moorish scholarship, we got our brother Azim Hopkins Bey. I'm working on my brother Alinde L and sister Dana Marnici going to be in Baltimore. Still working the date out, but we working on it. We working on it.
That's what I'm talking about. Those are all heavy hitters right there. Dr. Dana Marnici, one of the top that you'll find anywhere. Azim Hopkins Bey, I love him so much. I respect him so much.
And the
he's
thing
like he's the best representative that I can think of as a sheik within the Moorish Science Temple. And I'm not even a temple member, and I honor him and I respect him on that level. That's how much love and respect that I have for that brother.
And brother, one thing they're going to get from this brother, they see him in his videos in the temple, but I don't think he have received his just due of the great scholarship that he truly has. The brother is amazing.
Correct. I agree. He goes into languages. He goes into the history. He can go into Moorish history. I mean, he's a very, very good teacher, and he has a beautiful spirit. So definitely make sure you're going out. And again, that's just a sample of the information of what you're going to be getting when you come out and you support Taharka when he comes into your town. I sent you another picture, brother, of two other variations of it also. I sent that to your Facebook page, which should have arrived to you also. No, it should have been one after that. It should have been one on a wall carving that I sent to you.
Hold up.
It was one of the newer ones, brother. No, it should be another one.
I got you. We're going to get them right.
No doubt. So it might have been one after that. Then there might have been one after that.
I know. I got man. I invested in some little research with technology, man. I'm gonna have this thing so zoomed, right there. You probably see it right now, but I'm gonna take it to right there. Let me get me another new slide. Bam, bam. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So again, that's another version of it. That's a different carving. But the fez was being worn these indigenous Native American people. Again, this is the oldest civilization in America, 5,000 years old, and they're wearing the fez. The fez is an American headdress. Before Europe even got it, before the Ottomans even got it, before Morocco was wearing it, and so few Moroccans were wearing it, it's deemed as being an enemy. So we just want to prove to you that Turkey wasn't even a country yet. You understand that? So understand that these places wasn't even country.
So what about the brother that looked like he doing the Dougie? I mean, I'm playing.
He like he do like he like he doing the dab, right? He dabbing, right?
Yeah. That's right, brother. That's
right. Right. So let's do with the dab. Let's do with the dab versus the fez, shall we? Yeah, one of the fascinating things, that's why it's important to do research with these cultures too. When you study the Caral-Supe civilization, I want you to peep this, brother Taharka.
Yes, sir.
Caral-Supe had no violence. There's no indication of any kinds of murders or weapons taking place, walls keeping out defenders, slaughters or sacrificing. There's none of that which takes place in Caral-Supe for over 1,000 years. With over 1,000 years of peace. There's no indication of weapons of destroying one another. Culture of peace is like, that's foreign to us. That's foreign to us. So that's a civilization that's rooted in peace. And peace is Islam.
Indeed.
Peace is Islam. So that's what you'll find. And I invite people to study the discoverer of Caral-Supe. Again, her name is Dr. Ruth Shady. Study what they have with the Peru University. And I've been studying it for the last 6 years. But just going into it, you start to study artifacts. And I look forward to going to the deeper parts of South America so that we can study these kind of civilizations and find out. They have their own writing system, Brother Taharka. They have a writing system which is called Quipu, Q-U-I-P-U. And this system it's a knotted system that was used later on in civilizations like the Incas. But if you study Quipu, it was used to communicate. So this knotted system of braids, they were able to transfer mathematics. You can study mathematics with it. You can do math with it. And you were able to pass information using this knotted system of communication. So we need to get deeper into these cultures and understand them. Be committed to your scholarship. That's on top of the other stuff that we do. I love doing Amara Squad research and dealing with African research, but I just love information in general. So get into the indigenous American cultures so that you can then decipher and then find out where you fall in at. All civilization starts in Africa. So no matter who they are, they're all our children. I don't care who it is. They're all our babies. We're the father and mother of civilization, all civilization. So we wear a fez because we're indigenous to this earth. We wear a fez because we're indigenous to this planet. So that's why we wear a fez. They're our children. We have a right, and we were taught that we had a right to wear this fez because we own it. Make no mistake about it. So, Brother Taharka, you were showing some earlier, if you can show some of those other variations of the fez that were worn, because the fez is not foreign to Native American people. So I wanted to show that the fez is something that was passed on from their earliest civilization. There you have a child wearing a variation of the fez that has always been worn since they've been here. And you can, I think I sent you like about 4 or 5 pictures, but I have over 60 or 70 pictures. I just want to show different variations of it to some of your viewers. If you don't mind clicking on, there you go. That's another one there. That's one of the books. And they have a variation of the fez, worn by males, worn by females, worn in different kinds of textures. But the fez is not foreign, and Moors over the years have been good at showing different people wearing the fez. This is one of the elders, an elder wearing another version of the fez, again, being woven by the products that they have available. There we have a fez with a tassel. The tassel's made, again, by the indigenous materials of what they have around then. So this is not new. We're showing that it's on their walls, written in stone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Holla back. What's up, bro?
Ooh. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Hold up. Stop. Hold up. Stop the press. Stop. I gotta stop.
Uh-huh.
See, this is what Brother Reggie had to be up against when he met your brother, our brother, Brother Sharif.
Yes, sir.
He was running into a brick wall.
Right.
Brother, you know how many times these people, which supposed to be our people, have threw the feds into the trash can?
Correct.
Because they had no idea how ancient it was, and how now you come and you bust it all up and break it all down. Brother, this is the same vein that Brother Reggie ran into that brick wall April the 10th a couple years ago. And now anybody that wants to dispute or refute the authenticity and the ancient origin of the feds, they just go hit a brick wall, man. You messed it up, Ish. You messed it up, Ish.
Hey, I mean it is what it is. The truth is the truth, brother.
The prophet teaches us that the last words that Jesus uttered, and Jesus means justice. We demonstrated some justice here tonight. The last word he uttered is, "It is finished." Man, it's finished for them.
Yes, sir.
It's finished. What was the last words that Jesus uttered? What was the last words that justice uttered? It is finished. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
clean this blood up, Ish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, you know, we're the custodians, so we got to clean it up. Yes, sir. So what we're going to deal with is another part of the Caral-Supe civilization, directly from Peru. We're going to deal with the fez, red fez with the tassel. That's 3,800 years old. I have on the backside an article for the people to see. It's from the Peru report.
Shut up, Ish.
Yes, sir.
You're not finished?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not finished, brother. I'm not finished.
Man.
I got to do it. So if you can pull that up, King.
So
there
somebody
you
say, what if you don't believe in Jesus? Do you believe in justice? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said Jesus means justice. We're talking about justice. Okay. The last words that justice uttered is finished. Do you believe in justice? This brother is doing justice.
Absolutely. So what we have here is we have the Culture Ministry of Peru unveils 3,800-year-old statue from Caral civilization. You'll see in that middle, you'll see the red fez with the tassel on the right side, right there in the middle. Nope, over to the left, 2 over. Right there, right in the center, right there, the necklace. She got on the necklace with the fez. Nope, 2 over. Her, right there. There's a fez on the right hand side, and that's the red. The color right. We got the red fez with the tassel, and if you go on the back side of the link, I'll give you the close-up so that there's absolutely no mistake on what we're seeing, because they've isolated this figurine here. So you can pull that up and they can see it up close. What we have is for the people to see. If you click on the figurine right there, there you go. We got the red. You see the tassel right there on the side. You got the red top, clear as day. So you have it being worn by the men. You have it being worn by the women.
Is that the tassel you talking about?
Right, exactly. And again, this figurine is,
brother, this is a family
again,
show, brother. This is nudity, brother. What are you doing? Come
no,
on.
no, I mean, this is culture. This is not coochie coochie time. This is research, brother. This is research.
It's a family show. You showed her little boobies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what we're showing that's our fourth variation of what they wore as their headdress. But what we're going to do is we're going to show the recreation of another one of what the men wore also, and you'll be able to see the undisputed comparison of what a fez is, which I think is like it's amazing. So I'm going to send it to you on your Facebook page. Just one moment. And I think you're really going to enjoy it, brother. Did anybody have any questions on the other side while we're pulling that up at all?
Well, no, not about this, but we got a brother that got a problem with Jesus, but the context, brother. Let me say this to the brother real quick. Why you doing that? Let me say this to the brother. Family, listen. If we want to learn and further our education as it relates to different cultures, and I'm using the term at different cultures because if you believe in one thing and the Moors believe in another, or you see things one way and the Moors see things another way, in order to get the true effect of the learning, you have to understand the context in which those who don't believe like you believe. So, for instance, and I'm gonna let you get back to it, Ish. I want to explain this.
Yes, sir. No, you take your time. Yes, sir. You want it?
Your Ramayaya. If you go into Africa and you see somebody with a lip plate, just because you don't believe in the lip plate, the best thing would be for you to do is not to criticize the lip plate. Ask them for understanding of the lip plate. And now that doesn't mean you have to go put a lip plate in your lip. But the next time you see a tribe with lip plates, you'll understand the wisdom behind the lip plate as opposed to the criticism or the malicious thoughts behind not understanding the lip plate. This is what the European put in us. He put in us that when we see something or we hear something that may be different from what we normally used to understanding, we automatically attack it. So when the Moorish American use the term Jesus, we're not using it in the term as the Catholic Church or any Christian organization uses it. We use it in a term to bring understanding that Jesus was our ancestor, yet we understand that that wasn't his name. We also understand that there is great significance in the story of Jesus, whether you believe he exists or not. There's great significance. And furthermore, your loved ones, many of them, if you are from the shores of North America, what happens is you block yourself from even reaching your people that is stuck into that paradigm because you demonize it before you even try to understand it. So when you're talking to a Moorish American, know for sure if we say that we are the civilizers of the planet, that we are the founders of the first religious creed for the redemption of mankind on earth, we may have a deeper concept and explanation than what you used to. Just ask and we'll give it to you. Email me at taharkabey@yahoo.com and we can talk about it. Let's go, Ish.
Teach hard, Ali. Teach hard, Ali. Teach hard, Ali. Yes, sir. That's it right there.
So Ish, the brother
Yes,
said
sir.
this, and then I'm gonna move on. The brother said, Aki, I was a Christian. And that's the problem. You are still using your Christian concepts because the name Jesus triggers and invoke your Christian ideology. Don't let the name invoke your ideology. That's what the European wanted you to do. When he put it in you, he made so whenever you hear it, when you think you came out of it, you go right back in it. I'm telling you that the Moors are the civilizers of the planet Earth. And there is a deeper concept than what the slave master have taught you about the term Jesus. And if you want to know, email me at taharkabey@yahoo.com.
Absolutely. And even more important is get some of that truth from the virtual temple. The virtual temple is available to you. It's available to you on the Facebook page. It's available to you for membership. Get a better understanding of how the Moors look at things historically, metaphysically, and spiritually at the virtual temple.
That's the key right there, Ish. People need to understand the metaphysical ideal of the term Jesus. There is a metaphysical degree in that term.
Absolutely.
And we need to get to that point. As the brothers say, I am organized as Temple number 22 in Baltimore, and also as the virtual temple, Moorish Science Temple of America. If anybody want understanding, you definitely could join the Moorish Science Temple of America virtual temple. But if you just and you don't want to join the Moorish Science Temple of America virtual temple, email me. I got answers. A lot of the answers I will not put on this broadcast because it's just insignificant to go back and forth about holy and divine teachings. I will not do that, but we can talk about it. Let's go, Ish.
Sure. So what we have is I sent you a recreation of one of the figures that was on the wall. I sent it to your Facebook page. You'll be able to see the it looked like you'll be able to see for yourself exactly what the recreation.
Oh, Ish, stop.
No, you gotta show it to him, brother. You gotta do it, brother. You got to do it, brother.
Stop, Ish. This guy stop. This guy stop, Ish. Now you know oh man, this guy stop. This guy stop, Ish.
What it is what it is just
now this is the thing, my bad, Ish. It says that this is a recreation
of what's on the wall that we've been going over.
And whoever recreated this Ish, he did.
It's right there in stone.
He knocked it out the park.
And you can see the features on the face that comes down that tassel that comes from the top of the fez. Those are very ethnic faces. Those are very ethnic. Now the skin. We're still studying the pigmentation of the people, and the best way to do that is for us to send our delegation to Caral-Supe in order to investigate. That's why I don't mind going to any part of the world. I love when I went to Africa. I love going to South America. I love going to all of these countries, owners of it. But once we go and we study it, we start to see, oh, okay, so this is where we tie all this stuff into. Okay. And then you can go and you can check the professors and ask them questions and build with them. You understand? So even in this yes, sir, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Man, Ish, this is bad. Now go ahead, Ish. I can't say no more. This is bad. This is bad for the haters and the naysayers, Ish. It's really bad.
Well, that's why I don't communicate with them. I'm here to serve the people. I'm here to serve Moors. It's not there is no debate. Once you deal with the knowledge and information, your only job is to work on behalf of your people. So that's what Moorish World is here for, and that's what I'm here for. It's to serve the people. It's not to destroy my own people. It's not to destroy Moors or anyone else. But it's to understand where we fit into this indigenous culture. We are the indigenous people. So when Moors are telling you that they're wearing a fez and it's not from Turkey, we now have the show to prove it. When you say that it's from Morocco, you're a liar. When you say that it's Turkish, you're a liar. When you say that it's Greek, you're a liar. We're saying that it's an indigenous headdress, and we're born here in America. We are indigenous people to America. This is the headdress of the indigenous people of America, and we are the indigenous people of this planet. They all come from us.
And the prophet.
I'm not gonna show. I'm not gonna share no more. There's more. There's more details of what goes in when you see us live. When you see us live and we give actual lectures, there's more undisputed information, more than just us being in the Morocco in the West, more than the FEZ being in America, more than us being proven as being in bondage and that Moors is a nationality. We've proved all that now. Now we're taking it to a whole nother level of the solutions to keep building on top of what we already have. Make sure you support the Moorish village. Make sure you support the projects of where we're going full steam ahead, because we're putting our people to work. We're making sure that we're working on behalf of you. So when we ask you for donations, we're trying to let you know that this goes to research. This goes to research so that we are shaking up all of the lies. We are correcting all of the lies right now. So when we ask for the donations, it's to serve you. We're not charging you for this. We're giving it to you because we work for you and we answer to you.
Oh, man. Ish, have you ever Ish, did so much reading and you just couldn't get enough and you just kept reading and it made you tired? You know how you eat a good meal, Ish? Ish, you know how you eat a good meal?
You got the itis, brother. You got the itis.
Brother, you just gave me the itis, Ish. Ish, you just gave me the itis, Ish. Ish, you fed me. I'm full. I got enough information to go back and snack on for the next 20 years. This is,
yes, sir.
Good goodness of gracious. This is serious. I want to say,
and that's because you host that type of a platform. You host that type of a show, brother, that we feel free enough that we can share this information with you.
Listen, family, before we get out of here, I want to say this because Ish brought it up. I'm asking for anybody that have the ability to support the Moorish village or anything that I put on the table that need financial backing, I ask that you support it. This is why. We're building a Moorish community here in Baltimore that is going to consist of us, built by us. And when we're talking about a Moorish community, we're not saying that you have to be a card-carrying member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. What we're saying is that it's time for us to live together, produce businesses together, and produce schools together, and let our children grow together and affect society in a positive way that we can create the condition for the next generation. It is what it is. I said this last night on the show. If we could build a school that only taught 10 people, that's a start. That'll be better than what has been done in the last 20 years under the Moorish paradigm. And I say that to say this. There is no need to complain and ask what the Moors are doing. If you can spare $5, it's going to go towards getting this thing right. I just expressed to Ishmael Bey as well as a few other people. We just recently started the first business with the temple. I see you say, so y'all okay with this system we in? What are you talking about, I see you? Okay with what system? Because any system that I'm in, you are in also. Unless you expatriate You are in this system also. You don't bring your own water to your house. So let's get off the fantasy. You don't run your own poop out your house. You drive on roads that you didn't pave. You pay taxes for that, so it is yours in that regard. But we need to get out of the fantasy. You don't grow enough food to sustain a nation of people, more or less one block. So you say, I grow my own food. Guess what? They can seed the clouds and poison your food tomorrow. So you saying y'all okay with the system that we in? What I'm saying is that we have to unite so we can affect the system that we in and bend it to our benefit. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when we get caught up into this fantasy, you know what I mean? We get caught up into this fantasy that we somewhat excluded from this system that we find ourselves. We are more lost than what we think we are. But unity will allow us to put us in a position to change our condition. And this is what the Moorish village all about. It's trying to get one block started where we educate our children, where we have our own store, where we have our own garden, where we have our own manufacturing. Just one block in Baltimore. And then we mimic it or imitate it around the country. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And most people come to this country do that. They don't cry about the system. They bend it to their will. Now, the difference between the Moors and so-called conscious people, not only will we bend it to our will, but we master it. And we become the system. And we become the system. We don't fight the system, we become the system. And we make it a just system. But I'm just saying we start with one block. If we don't start with one block, we bluff it. If we start talking about building $1 million school and we don't even have practice on one block in a 20-student schoolhouse, we just talking. We just talking. Well, I tell you what, by spring, whether anybody donate or not, Ish, you hear what I'm saying, Ish?
Yes, sir. I'm with you, brother.
By spring, if anybody donate or not, my mother is going to donate and help me kick this thing off, Ish. My mother's 65 years old, Ish.
Yes, sir.
My mother got my back. And it's not like
yes,
I'm
sir.
a mama's boy because I was a G. Man, I don't want to even talk about that.
Right. Yes, sir.
But people that know me understand where I come from. They understand the passion of where I'm at and where we need to go. And we're going to make it happen with or without you. I think many of y'all will get on board when I back that U-Haul up this spring in the Moorish village.
Brother, your work on behalf of the people is immortalized already. You've already been laying a foundation. Your work, before I even knew you, you've been putting in the work. So absolutely, you serving the people, that's already a given. It's already been well committed and understood that you are trustworthy and that you work hard on behalf of the people. Absolutely. We're happy to support you.
Hey, Ish, I can show people the documentation where we just, brother, I was talking to you today. I was on my way to go and get the insurance for the business. You know what I'm saying? I got outside. My mother, I had to talk to my mother because my mother is in on the supporting the ideal of the Moorish village. She's been on it. I got many people that's in the background. That's why I haven't been pushing the GoFundMe as much, because I've just been too busy. But when this community get up and running, we're going to need support from our people. You know, we're going to need drywall. We're going to need spackle. We're going to need all sorts of things to make this a success. Now, listen, if we don't have it from our people that say that they are conscious and they understand what community living is, that's fine. Because just like my blood gang brother told me, shout out to my brother, 300 Gangsters. They was like, brother, we're going to take it to the streets. And if you don't get that money when you need it, we'll take it to the streets and we'll holler at everybody in the streets to break off a couple of hours. And that don't mean doing nothing wrong. We talking about the people that you know that may be still in the dark. If I got to go to the people in the dark so I can do something to help the people to get to the light, then so be it. I'm reaching out to people that's supposed to be conscious. And my brothers that rock the street say they don't break no law no more, but they still in the street trying to resurrect brothers that's in the Bloods, brothers that's in the Crips, brothers that's in the BGF. They reach out to me and say, Brother Taharka. Bro, they don't even call me Brother Taharka. They say, Brother Bey, we just take it to the hood. And we just tap pockets out of respect.
Yes, sir.
How much money you need. But look, I haven't even went there yet, Ish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And matter of fact, I can bring the brothers on the show. And that's why I tell people, man, don't know, y'all don't know what y'all dealing with, man. You know what I mean? We're going to make this thing happen. We're going to create the same paradigm that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali created.
Yes, we have a blueprint. That's correct.
It's alive and well. And to see a brother like Ish, you know what I mean? Ish is not a part of any temple, right? But the effect that he has on Moors globally by this platform and what he has been doing almost all his life is unmatched. It's unmatched.
Look, brother, the eyes wide open, seeing and knowing, brother. The eyes wide open, brother.
Ish, I say this, and I said it last night, and I'll say it again. The Prophet made a statement that is immortalized in the 1927 Moorish Guide. He makes a statement that he had 3,000 Moors in support of what he's doing. And on his command, the Moors will move. He was talking about a political movement. He was talking about a political movement, right? There was no building that could hold 3,000 people, yet he had 3,000 supporters. All the people wasn't in the temple. Matter of fact, if you read the book written by our good brother Ishmael Bey, and he tells you some of the stories, and he takes out some of the writings. I thought I had it up here. He takes out some of the writings. Some people didn't even have a Bey or L on their name, and they was working for the cafeteria workers. They was working for the ice companies. They was in the temple. And then the reason why you know that they wasn't proclaimed with a Bey or L on their name is because right next to the report, they had people with Beys and L's on their name. So it wasn't a grammatical error.
Yes, sir.
But they knew the mission of the prophet was a good mission. And so I ask those who may not be in the Moorish side Temple of America that understand that it's a good mission is a good mission. Moors live together is a good thing. Kemetic science people living together in the same community is a good thing. Hebrews living together in the same community is a good thing. And if anybody is endeavoring to do that, you should support it. Period, point blank. You should support it. Now, somebody asked, Goodman, they said, who's the landlord of the Moorish village? Brother, that's what I do for a living. That's what I do for a living.
Yes, it is.
That's what I do for a living. I have a property management company.
Yes.
I don't just scream on YouTube for views and try to take your money to get 100 views. I don't come at Sinetta, Roy Bay, Cujo for some views so I can make some money off YouTube. I make real money.
Yes, sir.
I don't get no money from you. I don't worry about no YouTube. That little $40, $50 a month from YouTube back, because that's what it is. I don't need no money from YouTube. I do this because the people need to wake up, come together, and move as a unit towards the goal that was determined by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in 1929 on the day when he said, "Today I have made you a nation, but we got to build it." Ish, anything you want to say in closing, brother?
I'd just like to say, again, continue information will be coming your way on Moorish World TV, so please make sure you continue to support. Please support Amir Squad African Moorish Scholarship. We like to share updated information with the people. It actually gets powerful information uploaded daily. If you want to know what's going on within the Moorish culture, whether it's here in America, whether it's anywhere all over the world, it gets uploaded instantly on Amir Squad African Moorish Scholarship. The things that you see, the links that you have, we already have 4 of the links up in the forum right now that was being shared tonight. So we share and exchange information. We learn and we teach one another. It's an environment to where it's uninterrupted, no spamming. If you're just looking for the information, you get it at Moorish World TV and Amir Squad African Moorish Scholarship. Please continue to support our brothers and sisters of the Moorish Science Temple as they continue to grow and expand the message of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And please understand that we're coming at you to serve you. We're coming to make sure that you are able to pass on this information to the next generation. The things that we cannot do are the things that the next generation shall do. So us being able to lay that foundation, it gives them a firm foundation to stand on. We honor our ancestors. We work on behalf of our ancestors, and we're working on behalf of you. So thank you, Brother Taharka, for opening up your platform to us. A wonderful show. And I want to thank your listening audience and your forum for the exchange of knowledge and information so we may all elevate and assist one another. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. And so I think Brother Goodman A is saying, who's the landlord of the Moorish village? Well, the Moorish village have yet to turn the stone to start the progress of the building, the process of the building yet. You know, now, the thing is this. The thing is this. I won't just be the whole kit and caboodle landlord of the Moorish village. I do too much. But we have a team that will be just like a community board. It could be somebody from the Kemetic community that moved there. We have a brother from Africa that wants to move there from Kenya. I will be living there. We have the Grand Governor of Maryland that will be living there. You know, we got people living there. We're going to have a community board. It's not going to be delegated as if some dictator thing. We're not rocking like that. The Moors never rock like that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have it in such a way that it's going to be delegated whoever can do the job effectively. You know, I want to travel and teach people Moorish science. I do it on my own dime now. And that's just what I want to do. I want to galvanize the power of the people in order to bring the resolution to us as taught by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's what I want to do. You know, I don't know what everybody else want to do. I want to be able to have my finances to the point, and that's why we just started this business connected to the temple. I want to have my finances to the point where I can fly out to LA, galvanize the people there, and then come back to Baltimore on Friday Holy Day and get the people inspired to do something on Saturday. I want to leave on Saturday and come back Sunday so I can be just in time for Quranic class to teach people the difficult teachings that people are scared to teach Moors. I'm talking about those teachings that empower Moors. That's what I want to do. You know, I don't know about anybody else. So I ask everybody, if people want to support the Moorish Village, I just put the link there. The link will be at the bottom of the page. But like I said, if you don't support it, that's okay. Right now, it's been up for a couple months. It has $775 in it. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll show you right now. I'm going to leave it as it is until I get to where I need to go, where I'm moving there, and then I just move forward. But listen, it says, and I'm going to read it to you. Many of us have experienced, and thank you, Ish, for putting me on point with this, because I kind of, I don't be trying to beg, ask people the money, whatever case may be, but we all need to work together if we all going to benefit from it. But what it says is that many of us have experienced and enjoyed the Little Italys. You know, you went to Little Italy before, Greek Village, Little Havanas, and Chinatowns, etc. across America. In my humble opinion, Moorish Americans have yet to display its culture and traditions on a level, I should say, that the world can appreciate, experience, and enjoy. And I do a lot. So y'all don't worry about my typos. Ish correct me on his name today, and I don't mind being corrected because I do a lot. So I can make some mistakes. It's all right. Help me build the first Moorish village in Baltimore, Maryland, with shops, stores, apartments, etc. Moorish Americans have a rich history in America. Ish just displayed that. You follow me? Ish just displayed that. Moorish Americans have a rich history in America. And I feel the world needs to enjoy the contributions of the Moorish American with a central location here in Baltimore, Maryland, and in every major city in the U.S., i.e. the Moorish Village, meaning that you should be able to go to Miami and there's a Moorish Village. You should be able to go to Chicago and there's a Moorish Village. There should be a museum with an Ishmael Bey display of the records that he has and the artifacts that he had and the research that he presented tonight. It should be a centralized location, even if we use copies right now around the country. I am initiating the rehabilitation of one Baltimore block. I ain't asking nobody for $1 million. I say let's start with one Baltimore block, as shown in the photo, starting with 2-row homes on the block and a business. That's where I intend to start, or whatever the finances permit. So that's not asking for a whole bunch. Once the first business, I said first again, once the first business is open, and I'll check this out later, is open, we can consider more. I need your support to make this a success. This will be duplicated in major cities around the country. I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for you to help me design the template for the Moorish villages around the country. And I ask those to email me with any questions. My email is taharkabey@yahoo.com. My skill set is suitable for this endeavor. Please email me for details. I will be working on, I'll be getting back to it, to working on this page that I'm putting up. The page that I'll be putting up will show the plan, the business plan, and everything. You know, it's going to be serious, but it's going to be straight to the point, straight bullet points and straight to the point. I want to say to my brother, Ishmael Bey, I hope Ishmael Bey get on the ball with the spring equinox in Chicago. Last year we had a ball. Inshallah, he'll be able to bring me out there and we can turn it up even better. I hope he have the program together. If he's going to do it this year, get it to me as soon as possible so we can promote it and we can know what type of people that we will be working with. I look forward to moving forward on the spring equinox with my brother. Also, I want to say on Prophet Noble Drew Ali birthday celebration. Brothers, sisters, take pictures. Send them to me at taharkabey at yahoo.com, taharkabey@gmail.com. We need to show and display our Moorish culture of today. And when you send them pictures to me, they will be uploaded on Moorish World TV with videos, or they will be uploaded on Facebook with videos so people can understand. Some of these videos on Facebook, they go 4,000 hits, some of them. And we need to display, we need to overflow the public with great images, positive images of Moorish Americans. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And until we do that, other people will be able to paint the picture of what a Moorish American is. It's up to us. Ish, I'm up out of here, brother. I appreciate you. Brother, whenever you ready, let's do it again, brother. I'm blown away. I'm full. I'm tired. Look at my eye. Looking like Drew. I'm tired, brother. Yes, sir. I just went to Golden Corral and ate up all that food. Yes, sir. I want to go to the bathroom and lay down. Ish. Yes,
sir. We're going to put it down, brother. Let's start to put it down. Let's go to rest, brother.
Brother, you are amazing. And I don't think, brother, I don't think you could have done a better job than what you did. And I know you still got more than what you provided. And that's the amazing part. Goodness gracious. Oh my God. What y'all know about this? Huh? Say what? Talk a big front line till the law call my number. Hey, that's right. I be that boy you won't remember. Talk a big front line to the law. When you were friend of the force, then you were friend of mine. I was told about my enemies to hold my line. Those are speaking this the prophet, they're speaking this me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali. Who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it was straight back. You tripping off trunks, you didn't even tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught Europeans how to bathe and looking at women buying European hair. The love for self, but do the men really care? And now, if they got a love for Europe, whole generation chasing pills, weed, and syrup. Let it love no yachty, Tucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Lucid. Where the love for the woman look like your brother. I guess you say it's all black. Let's rock out. I be that boy you call me brother. I'ma be that boy you call me brother. I be that boy you call me brother.